Midday Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Midday Kentucky over here in the kitchen with Chef Allison Davis. And it looks like we've got a simple recipe for this one.
We do,
a bit of
but
potato.
sometimes simple is the best way to go, really, especially when you're talking potatoes.
Potatoes, tomatoes.
Potatoes, potatoes.
Potatoes to potatoes.
I don't know. But we are doing, and I looked up this recipe, and I'll have to do a little bit more research, but if our audience knows a little bit, and they can like kind of
email us.
Comment in,
Yeah.
but this is called the Hasselback potato. So one of our camera crew said he knew maybe from Boise and from out west
From
that maybe
Idaho.
this is from that area.
They're funny shaped potatoes.
Well, these are Idaho potatoes, believe it or not. But the Hasselback potato was more about the slicing and how it was prepared. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of a flat side off to keep it flat. And then you're just going to go through. You're not going to cut all the way through. We're just going to cut little thin slivers all the way.
Why?
So when we bake it, it's going to get crisp,
It
and then
opens
it's gonna,
like
almost
a
like a
flower?
blooming onion, you know. So it's really, I guess, maybe how it's presented. But you just go in with these thin slices.
Did you say a bloomin'?
Yeah.
Or blooming?
From like Outback Steakhouse, they have a blooming onion that kind of like.
Okay, well, you know why we. Okay, now.
What do you call it?
I was wondering why you said that because we
Is it
say.
an Aussie word?
It's a very Aussie word.
Okay.
I was like, that's interesting. Where'd she get that from?
I'm picking up your lingo now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to keep slicing this down. If you slice through, then it's going to fall apart. So you have to be careful not to slice all the way through.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so then we're going to go all the way around. And then what I did was I did an infused olive oil. So that's where we're going next. You heat up some olive oil on a low heat.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and add a good bit of salt and pepper in there while I'm finishing this up.
A good bit?
A good bit. You know, I love Ina Garten on Food Network, the Barefoot Contessa. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, anyways, all of her recipes, it cracks me up because if you pull them up and you look at them, it always says a good olive oil. It doesn't say anything else. It just says a good olive oil. All right, so then that's what you do. That's how you prep it up. And then we're going to put this on a sheet tray, but we're going to infuse our oil. So I'm going to take a bit of rosemary and just mince that up.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, if you didn't want to spend the time of mincing all the herbs and you just wanted to infuse the flavor, you could honestly just throw the sprigs in. But for this, I want to mince it because I want the herbs to kind of almost make a crust on the potatoes.
That's the best part.
And this is the perfect time of year to use up those herbs. I hate to see these herb gardens, you know, go to waste, and people just have them for, you know, looks, and then they don't actually use them. And it's like, get out there, chop them, use them, because it actually helps them to grow the more you prune and use those herbs.
Yes, but the thing is also, even if you don't cook with them all straight away, like this with the rosemary and things like that, you can preserve it and put it in olive oil anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So there are ways about it. I don't know about mint, how you can keep that. But what I would do with the mint is I'd chop it up and put it in water and put it in the freezer.
And you can make a mint pesto. You can make pesto with any herb. All right, so we're adding that in. I'm going to add a little bit of some thyme as well, and then some parsley. And this is going to go over our potato. I've got one in the oven, magic of TV. I'm going to pull that out. But would you, while I'm doing that, maybe strip some of these leaves? Real quick tip on just herbs. When you're stripping them off of the stalks, because you don't want the stalk because that's woody and hard, you go the opposite direction that the leaves are pointing. Yep, and there you go.
Like fish scales.
I guess that's true. When you scrape it, never thought of it that way.
Up there for thinking, doll.
I know.
Up there for thinking.
Brilliant one, I tell you.
Well, it's funny how I know stuff that I'm not supposed to know.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Is that not fabulous? Like, I mean, it's.
Oh, my oil.
Okay, as soon as your oil starts to bubble like that, just turn it off. You just want to steep the herbs in there. You don't want to cook them.
No, because I can see that. If we can get a shot of that, you can see how they're starting to bubble.
Yeah, so you turn it off as soon as it does that because you really want to preserve the herb. You don't want to cook it.
Did you turn it off?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
All right, and then so you take that oil and you just...
And that's what it looks like.
Yes, and then you just spread that on there and look at this, how crispy.
We're going to go, doll.
Gorgeous.
If you want this recipe, head over to Midday Kentucky's website at wtvq.com/Midday Kentucky. Click on the recipe tab. What's your Instagram?
Chef Allison Davis.
Back after this shop break.
Today's cooking segment was brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.